Time now for our Superbike highlights, and I tell you what, things were looking good for the two Team Kawasaki Australian riders, Damon Buckmaster and Marty Craggle. They both qualified very, very well on the front row, along with the two Ducati dealer team riders, Steve Martin and Craig Connell. Those four made up the front row. No.
Surprised that Craig didn't get off the line very good there, because normally the Ducati being that little bit more sort of low-down power, and the Kawasaki just blew him away.
Well, it's no surprise to see these two guys out in front in the first two positions, Damon Buckmaster and Marty Craggle, fresh back from Japan, where they did extremely well. They were teamed up together, riding for Kawasaki, of course, over there, and they finished 5th in last weekend's Suzuka 8-hour endurance race. They did a tremendous job.
Well, yeah, it's typical of the Japanese factories. They decided that Buckmaster was going to ride with Craggle on the virtually on the morning of the race, and he got sort of a 8 laps practice on the bike he was going to ride, which is totally ridiculous, but they did exceptionally well.
The two Team Kawasaki riders got away to a tremendous start, then Marty Craggle eventually worked his way past teammate Damon Buckmaster to take over the lead. And the top 4 bikes you see on screen at the moment, the two Kawasaki's and 2 Ducatis, well, they make up the top 4 placings in this championship. Marty Craggle leads the way by 10 points before this race started. Now, we're talking Australian Superbikes at the moment. Don't forget about the World Superbike Championship. Round 9 comes to you on your home of motorsport tomorrow night. And you'll need to check your local guides for that. And, of course, we look forward to the 500cc Grand Prix at Phillip Island later on this year. And you can get your tickets from Ticketmaster.
Good move by Craig Connell there up the inside of Buckmaster. And it looks like Steve Martin's going to have another go at Damon Buckmaster, or somebody else having a go at Damon Buckmaster.
Well, Marty settled into a very comfortable lead at coming across the Dunlop Bridge. That indicates the point very well there. Now, this began here, this great 3-way scrap between Craig Connell, Damon Buckmaster, and the second Ducati dealer team rider in Steve Martin, and these guys had a tremendous battle. Now, of course, this is the first of 2 races today. We're unable to bring you the highlights of the second race due to time constraints, but nonetheless, this first one was a beauty.
Yeah, it was, and Craig was very, very impressive. I mean, basically, he just did a runner and left this lot, and there was nothing that anybody could do about it. It looked like Damon Buckmaster was going to give him a hard time at the beginning, but I don't know what it is with Damon. You know, we'll have to find out what the problem was, but a lot of times Damon starts off at the front and sort of goes backwards as it goes forward.
Well, it's been a very impressive year, not only for those guys, but the 2 guys on the Ducatis, Craig Connell and Steve Martin. They're great teammates, and they've been very consistent this year.
Well, we always knew Craig was really a good rider, and Steve Martin, when he was on the standard Suzuki, you know, and he was brilliant on that. Another pass up the inside there of Damon. Eventually
worked his way back. This is in the closing stages of race 1. He eventually worked his way past Damon Buckmaster, and that gave him added incentive, because whilst these two are good mates, Craig Connell and Steve Martin, they love fighting very, very hard out on the track. They're very evenly matched riders, and Steve really took it to Craig Connell in the closing stages.
Yeah, Buckmaster must have been having some kind of problems, because he just didn't look as if he was fighting back. And Steve Martin taking a really wide line there, but unfortunately for him, there you go, Craig Connell.
Well, Martin Craggle in for a great win, and Craig Connell did hang on for that second spot. A terrific effort there by Marty, and certainly helped in terms of the championship points. We go back, Young in 7th, Wilshaw in 9th, and Danny Vanellini rounding out the top 10.